maybe we're gonna get something
Oh,
special.
that's right. Maybe I get something.
Maybe we get something
I'm
special.
damn tired of shit.
Really?
Hey,
I mean, is that a holiday?
if you're gonna give me, give me an ascot this time. Don't give me a tie. I'm tired of ties. How about that?
Okay.
Oh man, you guys. Well, if you don't give him that,
Exactly.
give him an opportunity to
Yes.
participate in the Triangle Golf Challenge, sponsored by the Sherrod Banks Foundation,
Yes,
and
sir.
friend of the show, man, friend of the family, the one and
Yeah.
only Sherrod Banks joining us this morning. How you doing, Sherrod?
Good morning.
Doing great, K-Mac, Pam, Reese. How are you guys doing this morning?
Oh man, we're
Doing
doing
great.
fantastic.
Fantastic. Sherrod, it's a pleasure to have you on every year doing this, and this seems to be a tradition like no other, and we're excited. We're excited to do it. Tell people a little bit about the Banks Foundation and the Triangle Golf Challenge.
Oh man, the Banks Foundation has been around since the year 2000, and we provide down payment assistance for first-time home buyers who used to be on some type of public assistance for their housing. That might have been Section 8 or some other type of public assistance like public housing. They are no longer. They're qualified for a first mortgage. And when they come to us, they're ready to close, but they need a little help to get over that hump at the closing table. And we're a small foundation that provides that little bit of help to get over that hump. So that's what the Banks Foundation does. And the Triangle Golf Challenge just became a way of fundraising back in 2003, looking for a way to raise funds for the charity. We decided on a golf tournament, not because I knew anything about golf really, but it just seemed like a good idea at the time. So that's what the Triangle Golf Challenge does, and it raises money for both the Banks Foundation, and we always choose one other charity to also support, or we usually do anyway. And this year, the other charity that we're supporting is Quality Education Institute of Durham, QEI.
Okay.
My son Alexander went there.
Wow.
It was a great experience, and those folks do a really, really good job. They have their own golf tournament later this year, but I'm grateful to them for what they've done for my family and for other children in the city of Durham and surrounding areas. And so we want to benefit them as well. So that's what we're doing.
Oh man, this is great stuff. We're talking to Sherrod Banks, who heads up many things, but the Banks Foundation is one of them, and definitely heading up the Triangle Golf Challenge. My question is this: could you ever envision this tournament doing what it's doing? I mean, it's been going on for 20 plus years, and are you pleasantly surprised, or this is right on target in terms of how you wanted to develop throughout the years?
Reese, that's a good question. When I first started the tournament, I really didn't know if it would take root even the first year. I remember sending out the solicitations and being nervous that we would get any response at all. And we began to get positive feedback. And so that was a great thing. And of course, you'll remember we used to always play down at the Preserve before we started moving from Chapel Hill, Raleigh to Durham.
Yep.
And I know you'll remember asking me a question one day. You said, "Well, Sherrod, do you think the tournament would be held if we had a celebrity host?" I said, "Well, sure." I said, "You got one?"
Let me guess.
And you said, "Yeah." How about Walt Davis? I said, "Oh man, yeah." So Walt was a part of the tournament for a long, long time.
Yeah, man.
We certainly do miss him. We have not replaced him as a celebrity host.
Yeah.
But no, it's been extremely, extremely gratifying. We've helped 63 families plus over the years.
Nice.
And it's definitely a labor of love. And I just have to say, I can't thank you guys enough for having me every year to promote the tournament, for coming to the event.
Yeah.
We even appreciate you playing in it.
You know what? A lot of people don't really realize what that means.
Yeah.
That means a lot. That means a lot, damn, right?
Wow.
Definitely, if you talk about me. But go ahead,
Yeah,
Pat.
because they know they'll be ahead of the score shop. We are talking to
That's true.
Sherrod Banks with the Banks Foundation and the upcoming Triangle Golf Challenge tournament. Sherrod, can you tell us like a success story that you're very proud of family or community that you've helped?
Sure, there's so many, they tend to be fairly similar. Usually there's a family Oftentimes it's a single mom, not always. And they have been on Section 8 assistance. And, the reason that they were on Section 8 had nothing to do with them per se, but it had something to do with their circumstances that delivered them there at that time in their lives. Oftentimes they then were trying to figure out how to make ends meet while also going maybe to community college, maybe to getting some other type of training. We've had, nursing students to come through. We've had all kinds of students to come through while just trying to make so many ends meet. You'd be amazed at how hard they work to protect their kids, to make a better life for themselves, and to clean up credit if they needed to do that. And then, just like I always say, just like me at the time when as a young attorney, I was buying my first home. I still needed some help to get over that finish line at the closing table. And my younger sister gave me that help. And so I was able to buy my first home. And my foundation wants to be that younger sister to all these people. And that's what we do. And that's what keeps us moving. That's what keeps us motivated. And as you all know, it's getting harder and harder to realize the American dream.
That's right.
Home prices are up, interest rates are high, but that's a stereotypical story without calling names.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, outstanding. We're talking with Sherrod Banks of the Triangle Golf Challenge and the Banks Foundation. And Sherrod, you kind of answered the question, and I was just going to ask. You're very successful. You're very successful in all endeavors and things that you do. You've helped us all be successful.
Yep.
And we can't thank you enough. But you could pick anything you wanted to be. You wanted to have your foundation be about, what you wanted to do, what your give back was, and you talked about your sister coming to the table to help you get over the hump. Talk a little bit more about why it's personal for you.
Well, I'm an attorney, and the practice area that I chose is affordable housing and community development law. That's what I spend most of my time doing. Now, the Banks law firm does a lot of other stuff, but when I'm spending time grinding on transactions, I'm creating mixed-use developments or apartment complexes and things of that nature, but it's really all about housing. And so I wanted to figure out a way to give back professionally also. The housing and community development space turns out to be a space where I had been able to anchor a law firm and then do other things. But how do you give back in that space? And I found that the Banks Foundation and the down payment assistance was a way to give back in that space. We create a lot of rental housing with our transactions that we do on a weekly or yearly basis. But home ownership transactions, we don't create so much. Most folks sort of think home ownership is unattainable or is not profitable. And it may not be that profitable when it comes to dollars and cents, but it's damn sure profitable when it comes to the soul. Yeah. So that's why we want to do it.
Oh, man. Again, we talked to Sherrod Banks and, of course, Banks Foundation and Triangle Golf Challenge. My last question. So is it too late to sign up? Are you still looking for golfers? What's going on? What's the latest status on that?
Yeah, well, it clearly is not too late because we haven't signed you and K-Mac up.
No, y'all just looking for some easy
it's
winners.
Clearly not too late. Now, I did have some folks to tell me just last night and over the weekend that our website is shut down and not accepting new golfers. I think that's just a glitch.
Okay.
So we're accepting new golfers still. Call the office 919-474-9137.
Okay.
And we'll get you in the tournament. That's 919-474-9137. As soon as our IT people are awake, we'll see if we can get that glitch unstuck so that folks can continue to sign up for the Triangle Golf Challenge.
And this year, it's definitely Triangle because you have your tournament in different parts of the Triangle. Talk about that real quickly.
Yeah, we like to have it, and we like to rotate from Chapel Hill to Durham to Raleigh. This year, we're having it at Chapel Ridge, which is just south of Chapel Hill, of course. We've had it several times recently at NC State. So we like to rotate it around, and that's why we call it Triangle Golf Challenge.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
It's a real challenge too, by the way.
Yeah, because this two-man thing, all
Sherrod
that
makes
mess,
it
man.
pretty difficult. You know,
Yeah.
he makes it a real golf.
No. We've made it easy again.
Oh, okay. All right.
We used to have a 4-person captain's choice. We don't do that anymore. And then what you're complaining about is that we went to, individual stroke play
Oh my God.
That put y'all out.
over at Liney Pool.
Right.
Yeah.
And
And
Lonnie
because of that, y'all quit. Phil Ford quit. Everybody quit because you didn't want to play your own ball. So this year, 2-man teams,
Okay.
better ball. You can play your own ball, but the score that gets written down is your team score.
Okay.
So
All right.
it will not take you 7 hours to finish this year.
Thank you. Oh man, Sherrod, well, I said, man, can you make this any tougher?
I know it's tough.
This is like qualifying.
for the PGA.
Only for you two.
Yeah, well,
There you
clearly.
go.
Sherrod, as always,
Yeah,
my
man.
friend, it's a pleasure having you on.
Yes.
We love you, man.
Yeah.
We thank you for everything that you do, man.
Appreciate
thank you
you,
for
bro.
what you do for the community.
Yeah.
And you know what? A lot of people could take a great example from this guy right here, man.
Absolutely.
Great stuff.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it, my friend.
Best
Look forward to seeing you guys on Friday.
All right, take care.